If you're feeling stuck, uninspired, like your creativity has completely dried up, I have good news for you. It's not dead. It's just drowned out by all the noise. I'm Dr. Trish Leigh, the Brain Map Doc, and your neuro-spiritual guide. I'm on a mission to help you see that a life of overstimulation is taking you away from your connection, your clarity, your confidence, and your purpose. And more importantly, I want to help you find those things again. So let's dive in. Inspiration needs space to land. But in this life of constant digital overstimulation, that space isn't available. When you're on your devices and there's notifications and DMs and dopamine on demand from any type of content that pleases you, well, then it's difficult to hear that inspiration when it calls. Your mind never gets the opportunity to wonder, to connect the dots of meaning and purpose. In the 1990s, child psychologists realized something really cool. They found that children without devices, when they were left to seeming boredom, that is when inspiration and creativity would strike. They would create, they would build forts, they would make up fun, imaginative games and play. Boredom was the place and the space for creativity. But now fast forward to today's day and age. Boredom has gone away. Nobody's been bored basically since the 90s with the dawn of the internet. Now, kids are connected to devices all the time. And when boredom has been replaced by constant digital input, kids and adults alike are stuck in constant consumption mode. And that's making it so they can never get into creativity mode. This is impacting all of our nervous systems. For adults, it shows up like this: stimulation, usually high levels of it; crash, equally high levels of it; numbness. And in that survival loop, there is no place for creativity. So you know what happens. You've probably been there. More brainstorming, more caffeine, more late nights, more push, push, push. But the harder you push, the further away the goal gets. Think of Tom and Jerry, that quirky and unassumingly off-color cartoon from the past. Tom was the cat constantly chasing Jerry. Jerry was the mouse. Tom was always on the hunt, on the chase. Jerry was always in survival mode. Both of them constantly on the move. That's what our brains are doing today. Because what happens is with overstimulation, there's never the calmness for clarity to catch up. In neuroscience, we know that the creative centers in your brain come alive with activation of the default mode network. Now, this is the network that is alivened during times of rest, reflection, and you know it, quiet. But when you're bombarded by what are called supernormal stimuli, notifications, alerts that are literally designed to keep you hooked, in that way, your brain can't slide into the default mode network. It stays in survival mode. When you're trapped in survival mode, your brain is stuck. It's in strain brain, that wired and tired brain pattern. I have seen it over and over again in tens of thousands of QEEG brain maps, the way that I can use brain tech to see how a person's brain is performing. What I see is red and yellow like a fire in the brain. And this proves that that creative mode is offline. Supernormal stimuli don't elevate you. They exploit you. They give you cheap, artificial dopamine hits that keep you wanting more. It's like the chase, but never catching the goal. And in this way, your creativity is suffering. That's why instead of clarity, you get mental fog. Instead of energy, exhaustion. Instead of inspiration, irritation. Your mind is like a farmland. Of course, you want rich soil, but if it's overstimulated, it's like a dust bowl. No matter how much you plant, no matter how much you till the soil, it still is bare. You can push harder, but it will only get worse. Neuroscience explains how your brain becomes hijacked, but there's a deeper level, a sacred science. And this science explains why your creativity matters. St. Thomas Aquinas wrote, "The light of the intellect is participation in the eternal light." When you're overrun by supernormal stimuli, that inner light dims. Instead of receiving creativity and clarity or divine inspiration, you're stuck in the rat race of the survival loop. And you know what results: lack of focus, distraction, you're pulled back into the screen, stress, anxiety, fatigue. So overstimulation doesn't just cost you your focus, it blocks the creativity and the clarity from flowing to you. It impedes the purpose and the creation of meaning that comes from a calm, ordered brain and nervous system. Your creativity isn't gone. It's just been hijacked by the overstimulation and the noise of the world. If you know you've been hijacked by supernormal stimuli, please go over to drtrishleigh.com. You can check out my brain mapping program and feel inspired again to get on purpose and reclaim that creativity for yourself. If you're ready to dive into the next video, I want to show you the 3-step process to rewire your brain back to the supernormal state, that sacred flow state that you want and you deserve. You can restore your clarity and your creativity. Everything I talk about on this channel is backed by neuroscience and inspired by spiritual guidance across the centuries. I want you to engage in a supernormal rewire that only the top 1% of people are going to do. In this way, you can get back on purpose. So let's stop reacting and start creating. You are not a machine. You are a mind on fire. I want you to act like your life depends on it. You can be supernormal.